Hello and welcome back, you guys. My name is Rosa. Thank you for tuning into Cancer Moon Oracles. I am a psychic and a coach, and today I'm here to do a twin flame reading for the Divine Masculine. This is going to be a self-love reading. And I've chosen to do this reading because of Valentine's Day. Okay, so here in Australia, yesterday was Valentine's Day, but I know today, for all of you guys in the Northern Hemisphere, it's Valentine's Day for you guys. So I just kind of wanted to base this reading around self-love and how the Divine Masculine is feeling in regards to himself right now and where he's at with the self-love journey. These are just general messages, so take what resonates. I completely understand that not everything coming through and being channeled through these cards today is going to resonate for you and your particular situation. So, but I always do set the intention, you guys, that the messages coming through, you can at least take one thing away that is going to help your situation. Okay, that's going to help you better understand your Divine Masculine. Okay, I just want to say thank you to everyone who has liked, shared and subscribed to my channel. I'm so excited to have you all here, and so without much delay, I'm going to now just jump on in and find out how the Divine Masculine is feeling about himself right now. Now, the first card that popped out was the Empress in reverse. So what this card is telling me is that the Divine Masculine isn't feeling really good about himself. In the reversal, I see this card as this is someone who is not really looking after him or herself. Okay, they're not feeling good about themselves. They're not looking after themselves. They're really not in touch with nature and with their surroundings. I feel that the Divine Masculine isn't feeling overly creative. So perhaps the Divine Masculine isn't in their creative energy right now. And this can also mean like inspiration. Okay, I heard inspiration. So they're not feeling very inspired to create or nurture or look after themselves. They probably do want to look after themselves, but they're not feeling so good about themselves. Okay, they're feeling very detached from nature. Maybe they are not able to get outside and enjoy the fresh air, and this is really getting them down. Okay, maybe they're stuck at work, in a building or in an office space, and they just can't seem to get out and find that balance. Perhaps the Divine Masculine isn't feeling so good about themselves and they're finding it really hard to get out and enjoy the fresh air because they're not feeling good. Yeah. So I'm just going to try. Sorry for the lighting, you guys. I'm sorry it's dark. Okay, so now let's take a look and see what the Divine Masculine is loving about himself right now. Okay, so the first card we got was the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. I don't know if you can see that. Ten of Pentacles in reverse. And what I picked up with this card was that the Divine Masculine, what he's loving is the fact that he's letting go of his material world. Okay, maybe he was clinging on to the material world or the ideals around the material world. Okay, the fact that you have to have, you know, a 4-bedroom home, or you have to have an amazing home. The fact that you have to have all this money coming through the doors of a business. Okay, they're letting go of that and they're feeling good about that. Okay, they're feeling good. That's what they are feeling good about. They're detaching from their material world. Okay, I also see with this energy here that the divine masculine is pulling away from work. Maybe he's not so heavily invested in work. Maybe he's not working long hours. And he's loving the fact that he's not having to work so hard right now. You know, I'm really seeing that. The divine masculine is detaching with the Knight of Swords in reverse. He's cutting out some of the things that isn't really serving him. I feel with the Knight of Swords in reverse too, this can be a negative headspace. And I'm seeing this as more of, because he's not feeling good about himself, he's realised he's had to cut something out of his life. Okay, and maybe he's needed to cut out the workload. Okay, maybe he's needed to cut out the demands of work and home pressure. Maybe he's needed to take some time off work so he can balance other areas of his life out. And you know what? The divine masculine is really enjoying the fact. The divine masculine, what he loves about himself right now is that he's seeing that there is a light at the end of the tunnel. Okay? Because he's cut something out of his life that was really just weighing heavy on him. He is now opening up this space to be able to have hope again. He's able to dream again. He's able to course correct, reset the course of how he's traveling. You know, he's wanting to reach out to the star. This star is his intention. This star is his hope. And I feel like he's finding that again. Because maybe he lacked hope. But he's finding that again. He's getting in touch with that again. So he's definitely moving into a better space, the divine masculine. So that's a really that's a positive thing. Okay. Now let's take a look and see what the divine masculine is needing to release. And what we got here was the Emperor in reverse. So when I see the Emperor in reverse, it really talks about someone who is very much in their ego. This person is very controlling, very dominating. They're overbearing, like they're too much. Too much. And he's really needing to release this energy. The need for control. Okay? Like, you can't control everything, divine masculine. You simply can't. Maybe the divine masculine is needing to release the fact that he's holding himself back by controlling himself. Maybe he's really controlling himself with the Emperor in reverse. He's overlooking everything he does. Over analyzing everything he does. Overbearing, over controlling. Okay, so yeah, the divine masculine needs to release the ego as well. Maybe some things are bothering the divine masculine and he's in his ego and it's affecting him and it's throwing him out of whack. Okay. Then for this particular area, we got Six of Wands as well. So the divine masculine is needing to release the fact that he needs attention from other people. Like he wants praise and attention, validation. He's seeking that from other people. But he does want that winning energy, okay? He wants to win his own battle. He does. He's trying to overcome some stuff here. I can see that because he does have the Hope card. But you know what? He does need to release the fact that he needs to let his ego shed now, because I'm seeing this as someone who really needs his ego fed by attention, seeking attention from other people. And this is keeping the divine masculine stuck. Like, he doesn't need everyone else's input or validation on things. Like, he needs to step into his own power and make aligned decisions. Because this is not a leader. This is not a man. This is not a masculine energy that is in his power. This is someone that needs it all from outside of himself, from other people. And this is what he's needing to release. He's really needing to accept this now. Let go of this. Now, what is the divine masculine needing to accept? You guys are going to love this. Death. He's needing to accept that he needs to let go of the old ways of thinking, doing, and being. He needs to accept that he is changing. Things are changing. Things are transforming for him. And he needs to just allow this death experience happen. Okay, it can be very scary. It can be very daunting. Okay, but something is coming to an end. And the divine masculine needs to accept that something's coming to an end. And I'm really feeling here that that's his old identity. It could be something's coming to an end, an old situation is coming to an end. If your divine masculine is married, I see with the Emperor card, I see that he needs to accept that the marriage is over. Or maybe he needs to accept that his business is over, because we do have the Ten of Pentacles here in reverse, and that could be a financial loss. Maybe he needs to let that go and just go, you know what, I need to look forwards now with the Six of Wands here. This is a knight that's looking forward. He needs to now just go, you know what, that was in the past. I need to now look forward. I need to not see this so much as a loss or a failure, but as a lesson, or just, you know, bettering himself. Like, this was a lesson learnt. Okay? He needs to look at this from a higher perspective. So, yeah, the divine masculine needs to accept that something is coming to an end. Okay? Now, what does the divine masculine need to nurture? We got the Ten of Cups. Now, I'm picking this up as he needs to nurture his emotions. He needs to nurture the fact that he needs to tune into what fulfills him on an emotional level. And if this is not fulfilling him on an emotional level, then he needs to nurture that. But his emotions is where it's at. Okay? Maybe the divine masculine also needs to nurture the relationships, the positive relationships in his life. You know, I feel the divine masculine has very positive people around him. I feel he has a very supportive family around him, and he needs to nurture that. Maybe the divine masculine needs to go back to their home roots, okay, in order to top up their love tank, their emotions, okay? And that's what he's needing to nurture right now. He needs to be in a positive, emotional, stable environment, whatever that is for the divine masculine. Maybe that's you, divine feminine. Maybe that's you. Maybe you're the Ten of Cups and he's needing to nurture that. Okay? Maybe his higher self is showing him that now. Nurture the positive relationships in his life or her life. Nurture the honorable relationships in his or her life. That's what the divine masculine is needing to nurture and align to. Now, how will the divine masculine create a more loving relationship with himself? Well, by calling himself on his own BS. Okay? The divine masculine can only be the one to accept his accountability and his part in any of these dealings or situations that unfold for him. No one else can do it. No one else can come in and tell him what to do. He needs to do that for himself. He needs to give himself permission to call out his own BS. If he's not feeling very good about himself, then he needs to call himself out on his own BS. If he can see that he's being overbearing and over-controlling and in his ego, then he needs to call himself out on his own BS. That is the only way the divine masculine is going to create a loving relationship with himself. And in turn, creates that divine union with the divine feminine. Okay? And it all starts with the self, as we know. We also got the Sun card come out for this as well. And it's in the reversal. So when I see the Sun in the upright, I see this as really an expansive energy, a very positive, expansive energy. When it's in the reverse, I'm seeing it as a bit more, not so expansive, like a bit more contained, like bringing that expansive energy back to oneself. Okay, so I'm not seeing this as a negative energy. I'm not seeing this as a restrictive energy, but I feel that the only way the divine masculine is going to create a more loving relationship with his or herself is to stop giving this energy out to other people for now. Okay, because this is an energy read. Because remember, the divine masculine isn't feeling good about his or herself. So they're really needing to pull that energy back in. Okay? Now, what I also picked up with this reading, that with this Empress in reverse, I'm seeing this as someone really not feeling good about themselves. And I also picked this up as the divine masculine's... This is a mother energy, is what I want to say, with the Empress card. It's a mother energy, but it's this mother energy is in her shadow form. Okay, it's in the reversal. So I'm picking up too that the divine masculine, he has wounds. There's wounds or there's mummy issues here in regards to this energy. Right? I feel that the divine masculine's mum or main caregiver of when he or she was a child, there's issues here, and this mother is in her shadow right now. And I feel that the divine masculine is noticing this about his or her mum. And I feel the divine masculine is needing to call it out, call the BS out in regards to his or her own mother. Now, that isn't going to be easy to do. It's not so easy to go back to our caregivers and go, hey, mum, blah, 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 without them feeling offended. Okay? Or maybe taking it the wrong way, because this Empress in reverse, this mum may take it the wrong way. But I'm feeling like the divine masculine needs to call something out here in regards to his main caregiver, because see, she's his role model. And if she hasn't been a positive role model on the divine masculine's life, then you can see why the divine masculine may have issues with disconnecting with self-love, or even disconnecting with their own relationship he or she has with themselves, right? But as the divine masculine clears some of the stuff in his current life, he's starting to see very clearly some aspects about himself. And so maybe his mum is mirroring that to him right now. And as he calls it out, he gives himself, he or she, gives himself permission to stand in his or her own power. Okay? I really feel here that Spirit and the Divine is encouraging the divine masculine to speak up. Speak out. Okay? Call it how it is. The time is now. The Spirit is also encouraging the divine masculine to give permission to his or herself, to give himself or herself permission to take care of himself right now, to nurture himself right now, look after himself right now. And if he or she is seeing that the mother hasn't been able to do it, how was he able to do it? So I feel there's definitely some things going on here. And look, this is a really beautiful reading. This is really, really positive. I'm seeing this as the divine masculine coming into a very positive energy. I really, really do. That's what I'm picking up via these cards. So look, you guys, I hope this resonated for you. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, feel free to like it. Feel free to leave your comments if you feel called to do so. And until next time, I'll see you soon.